Aaron is obviously infecting people, because that's what Aaron does. And Max is, well, what is Max doing? Max is some sort of robot strategy? Oh, hardened scales. Yes. That's a scale strategy.
Mishra's Bobble, huh?
Yeah, Barich likes this card. Tom Ross likes this card in the deck, too.
Seems like a really high... I guess... It just strikes me as too high of an opportunity cost to pay for a deck that really needs its cantrips to draw a card right away.
Maybe.
Being a turn off of something is, tough for this deck in particular.
You know what land that is that Max Mcvety has? Do you know?
Land War Reborn.
Well done. Proud of you.
One of the most heinous cards on Magic Online. Just triggers.
It's not great.
Just triggers.
Ancient Stirrings here from Max.
Opponent's creatures, lets them choose.
Yep, that's right. That's right. Max is he's in the old tank, as it were, over this Ancient Stirrings.
Oh, no. Wow. Dude, sweet.
No. You can't be the tank and take an Arcbound Worker. You can't do that. And then have no land to play? Oh. Oh, Magic, you are sweet.
Dude, nice.
Max with 2 infect. Probably dead next turn if I had to guess.
Well, I mean, at least this turn should be really good.
Don't worry, Max. We'll burn the tape afterward. My animation module.
Come on!
What is happening?
Come on!
What is happening? Oh my gosh!
You get to pick the cards you play with when you play in these tournaments.
Ah.
It's not sealed.
Can I work it? Let me twerk it.
Come on, just end this. It's the worst infect draw of all time.
Distortion Strike. Blossoming Defense. Mutagenic Growth. We're done. You happy?
Thank God.
That was tough to watch. That was a lot. That was a lot.
Land Reborn, Mox Opal, Stirrings for Arcbound Worker, pass.
That was a lot.
Nice.
We've cleared their names to protect their identities.
Scrub that. Just strike through.
Yeah, because, wow. That might be the worst game we've watched this year. Think about it.
I don't know. The games really just sort of pass me by once the camera goes off. For my own mental health.
I get that.
It's really rare. It's really rare for a match to stick with me past, the game in question.
Yeah, and that makes a lot of sense. However, I just watched Ancient Stirrings, one of the most powerful cards in Modern that people think should be banned. Not when it's taking Arcbound Worker, it shouldn't be.
Yeah, no, I would be fine with Ancient Stirrings if it only could hit Arcbound Worker. You get it every time Ancient Stirrings gets an errata of choose between Arcbound Worker and Land War Reborn and put one in your hand. That's fine.
That's legal? That's good to go?
Yeah,
for?
I think that's fine.
Okay. Max, a former Invitational champion, as we mentioned, defeated a good friend of our Craig Krempels in the finals a handful of years ago in the Columbus Invitational. I think way back in 2015, actually. Maybe 2016. I think it was 2015, though. So Max has had some success in this wonderful game, especially on this tour. And Aaron Barich, he was an Invitational champion last year. So both players, no strangers to hoisting a trophy and winning some matches with their respective decks. Though those draws last time were yikes.
Yeah, I mean, Barich's draw was also not good. It was just a little concealed by the fact that Mcvety's was so bad.
Any deck could have beaten Max's that game, I think. Even Jeskai.
Jeskai can, I don't know, the Land War Reborn plus any creature would have been tough.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you have a dodge, you just move it on to the next thing, and then,
Can't kill everything.
Right. Would have been fine against Jeskai. But yeah, everything else.
Looks like Barich going to take a mulligan here. So Aaron going to go down to 6, see if he can find something a little bit better. He'll scry. Top card becomes the bottom. Ah, the Reborn again. And to the jar. Your play. Breeding Pool into Noble Hierarch here for Aaron Barich. It'll be Pendelhaven and Arcbound Ravager. Our first real card of the match here by Max.
Pendelhaven to pair with it. A Land War Reborn. Counter still ready to go.
In the holster.
Yeah. Just burn a hole in his pocket. Powerful opening here.
How good would Land of War Reborn be if it entered the battlefield untapped?
Extremely good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could never make that card, right?
I think it's just like why? Why make the card that good?
Yeah, I don't disagree. Blighted Agent here for Aaron Barich. Pendelhaven up and ready. Dismember going to go after the old Blighted Agent. Here's a Vines, another Dismember. All right, well, that's an expensive way to do it, but it'll do it. Now here comes Arcbound Ravager for Uno. In for 1. Playing Inkmoth Nexus, pass the turn back. We'll head back over to Max now.
The Hangerback Walker here, pretty nice for Mcvety. Pair that with a Ravager, and you have a lot of flying blocking for the Nexus.
Another Welding Jar. Now here's Hangerback Walker for just 1. Let's make it 2 with the Graft. Yes! Yes! And now here comes the Ravager. Pass the turn back. Now, one thing about Hardened Scales, all kidding aside, is that this deck can kill kind of out of nowhere, especially when it has its namesake card. Doesn't have it this game, at least not yet. Inkmoth Nexus is going to get fired up. Pendelhaven. Distortion Strike means it can force through some damage now. So this will be 1, 2, 3, 4 with the Exalted trigger.
And that Distortion Strike makes it really hard for Mcvety to do anything with the Hangerback Walker, which I think he was kind of banking on and giving him some defense against the Nexus.
Yeah. Distortion Strike is a great addition to this deck, no doubt. We've seen some players played in heavy numbers. 2 copies here for Barich this week. And Mcvety's going to sacrifice a Horizon Canopy and now play a copy of Ancient Stirrings.
Mcvety trying to keep appearances here, but if Barich has really any pump spell, that's going to do it.
He's a little late to finding Walking Ballista, which he's found off of the Stirrings, but doesn't have the mana to do it. He's going to sacrifice the Welding Jar to make the Ravager a little bit bigger. Pass the turn back. On the upkeep, activate the Inkmoth Nexus, then resolve the rebound on the Distortion Strike. Here is an attack. That is a Vines of the Vastwood, and we are all done. Aaron Barich's going to win this game and match here over Max Mcvety. 2-0. It's Infect over Hardened Scales, and it wasn't to the prettiest of matches.
No, Mcvety really didn't do anything in the first game, and then in the second game, actually had a lot of interaction as far as this deck goes. 2 copies of Dismember, was able to take care of a Blighted Agent, and then a Hangerback Walker, which looked like it was going to line up the right way, at least for a little while, against the Inkmoth Nexus, but then Distortion Strike blew up that plan. Mcvety had no additional removal to go along with the 2 Dismembers he played, and the unblockable hits were not a thing he could manage.
It's time, everybody, for a War of the Spark preview card. Let's take a look at Vivien, Champion of the Wilds. Brand new Planeswalker, 3 mana, it's rare, goes up and down. Let's take a look at it all together. Starts with 4 loyalty. You may cast